Hey everybody, this is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming from downtown Manila. Late in the evening today. I've been going all day on Stars on Spotlight. Everyone's coming in at the last minute because they know it's going to end at the end of this month. And I've got a wonderful guest here today. I spoke to her before, a lovely lady. Her name is Kristine Best. And Kristine is quite a unique woman. She's a singer-songwriter and a wellness strategist. And we'll tell you a bit more about that later. She's been doing the music for some 7 odd years and 20 plus years for the wellness. And as we know, guys, health is wealth, right? A brief description of her business. She's a creator of the Liberate System, a blueprint for wellness. She's also the creator of an inspirational songs and author of the book Posture. And that word, it's a big word, Kristine. It's
ergonomics.
Ergonomics, that's the word. I was going to say enonomics, but it's ergonomics, guys. You can tell I left school at 14, can't you, guys? For office and desk workers, and that's pretty important, guys. There's been a lot of talk about this. They say it's the new smoking because you sit at your bloody desk in an uncomfortable chair for 8 hours every day, guys. That's not good for you. You'll suffer in the long run. So I'm sure Kristine can tell you a lot more than what I could about that. Her focus is on wellness, seminars, talks, coaching, consulting, to empower people to be the master of their wellness journey. All right, so take note of that, guys, because I tell you, health is certainly wealth. Key achievements: operating her national therapies and injury rehabilitation business for over 20 years, guys. That's quite a big achievement. Helping people with their wellness, consulting to organizations on posture and ergonomics. I'm getting better. Running seminars, courses, and workshops on wellness topics. Now, this woman's very, very well-rounded, guys. So if you're looking for a speaker or you're looking for some advice, reach out to this lady and she'll certainly help you. It's a virtual cup of coffee, guys. Costs you nothing to reach out and have a chat, right? And then go from there. Music achievements. She attended the Toyota Country Music Festival at Tamworth 2019 and 2020. She was a finalist in the Tamworth Songwriters Association Talent Quest in 2019, and also a finalist in, Kristine, you do this to me. I can't, what's that word, Kristine? Irrepress or something? Regional songwriting contest, because this one didn't come out.
Fretfest.
Right, it's an unusual word. In 2019 and 20, guys. So a personal motto: be what you want the world to be. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, guys. I wouldn't want to be what the world is at the moment, guys, but we can all do a little bit. Like throwing starfish back in the ocean. There's 1,000 of them. You throw in one, that's one. And another one, like eating an elephant, guys. You know, one at a time. Her personal philosophy is, as I said, interesting fact: she loves hats and have over, I like hats too. I got lots of these caps, you know. I'm not bald, guys. I'll prove it to you guys. I've got plenty of hair, right? And she's 70 years of age. Wow, doesn't look it and doesn't act it. She's like me, doesn't act her age. It's my great pleasure to introduce Kristine Best, and Kristine's going to tell us a little bit about her story. How are you, Kristine?
I'm feeling awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me on your show. I'm really excited to be here.
That's fantastic. Tell us a bit about your journey and what inspired you to pursue your current career path. Where did it all start?
It's quite interesting because my wellness journey started when I was 7. Wow. And I read something in some encyclopedias my mum and dad bought me for Christmas. And I think I must have asked lots of questions. So they bought me a set of encyclopedias. I was
pretty expensive kid. Back in those days too.
They would have been, yes. And I can see the page now, and it had a picture of blood cells and blood and you know, a thing about the human body saying that there were white blood cells and they had to do with your immune system, and the red blood cells carried oxygen and they were red because there's iron in your blood. And I thought that was awesome at 7 years of age. That blew me away. And at 10, I healed myself from asthma.
Wow.
My mother had a magazine and I was waiting for her to come in for some reason. And I was just leaning on the table, flipping idly through the magazine. not expecting to see anything. You know, I was 10. I didn't think that magazine had anything for 10-year-olds, but all of a sudden, whoa, I saw this article and I ripped the pages out of the magazine and took them to my room. And the reason I was so excited is because it was about breathing. And I had asthma as a kid. And so I read this article, every word of it, and there were exercises in there about deep breathing, how to breathe properly, posture, and various things. And I did all those things that it said to do. And I've never had asthma again.
Awesome. Awesome. Over what period of time, Kristine? What period of time did that take?
It probably took a few months.
Not bad.
To make a difference. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it made a difference.
Yeah, because asthma guys can be with you forever, you know, and it's not a nice thing to have.
No, it wasn't. And I was an active kid and it was holding me back. And
yes.
So this made a huge difference to me, and I've never had it again. As I said, never had it again.
Fantastic story. Tell me, what's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you overcome it in general?
The most challenging aspect of my work. I don't think there's anything that's overly challenging about my work. I love my work. The only thing that bugs me is that the health system doesn't help people enough. They treat the symptom and they don't actually treat the cause. And so that was actually how I got most of my clients. They'd come to me saying, I've been to the doctor, the physio, the chiro, I'm not getting better.
Yes.
Can you help me? And of course I could, because I made it my business to find out what was causing their problem.
Yeah, you asked you went back to it again. You because you're like a 7-year-old, you asked the questions, right?
I asked the question. Yeah. Well, by this stage, running my business, I wasn't a 7-year-old, but I've always maintained that attitude that you ask questions. If you don't know, you ask questions. If you're curious, you'll find things out.
That's right.
And I love to discover things, and I don't necessarily take things at face value. Well, why does it have to be like that? And I love to challenge things. And
you're like me, a black sheep in society.
I am, I suppose, in a way, but I don't want to do it like that. I want to do it like this. And if I could see a better way, I want to streamline it. That's the kind of person I am. And so when people come and they got a problem, I want to solve it. And so I did. And I helped so many people where the health system wasn't helping them. I can tell you one really, really cool little story about a guy. He sprained his ankle and he rang me up and he said to me, Kristine, I've sprained my ankle and it's blown up like a balloon. It's really sore. Wow. Can you help me? Now, the traditional established health system would say you do not touch a sprain.
Yes.
Other than to put ice on it and elevate it.
Yeah, that's
compression bandage.
That's the norm. Yep.
Yep. So I said to this guy, yeah, you come down to my clinic. So he came down to my clinic and I treated him for 45 minutes. Oh, when he arrived, actually, I should tell you, he hobbled in on crutches.
Yeah.
45 minutes later, after I'd finished treating him, he walked out with the crutches under his arm.
Awesome. Awesome. So obviously,
and that's what you can do when you know what you're doing. And I don't pretend to know everything, but there are some things I know a lot about. And that is one thing I know about. And you can get people better quicker than what the health system does if you treat people the right way. Yeah, so anyway, that was just one example.
I'm not a big fan of the health system because it's just like, here, take 2 pills and come back and see me next week, you know.
That's common, yes.
Yeah, very much so. In your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that you believe have contributed to your success over all these years?
Well, I had my business in Sydney for 20-odd years, and I ended up closing the doors on my business because life happened to me.
Yes. And
I split up with the father of my son, and I moved to the Central Coast from Sydney to raise my son, and I worked for other people. But I had a good business, and I had doctors, physios, chiros, a nurse, psychologist, all referring people to my business. I had a good business, and it was just a shame. And I had big goals of what I wanted to do.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the timing, you made a choice.
It wasn't right.
Yeah, you made a choice.
That's okay. I started to play music when my son was old enough, And music brought me full circle back to wellness. So now I do both. And what I have to say is I work hard. I apply myself. I learn what I need to do to make it work. And it doesn't matter if there's a roadblock. I'll find a way around it, over it, under it, through it. Doesn't matter.
Sound like me.
Right? I just, so really you have to be committed. You have to be focused. You have to believe in yourself. And
that's a big one.
Yeah.
And I'll add to that, Kristine, and you and I both know, guys, no one's coming to save you. You've got to save yourself, right? No one's coming to save you.
Well, that's not entirely true. I've had some good people around me who have been supportive.
Yes.
But yes, the effort has to come from you. No one can do that.
Yeah, you can't just lay there and let people help you. You got to help yourself, guys.
But you've got to surround yourself with supportive and positive people, not people that drag you down.
That's right. Get rid of the negative Nellies out of your life, guys. You'll be pleasantly surprised how much better you'll feel.
Right? Get rid of the naysayers and all of that.
There's plenty of them. You know, we get them every day, don't we?
Yeah.
Tell me, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
I stay motivated because I keep my eyes on my goals and what I want to do, and I know I am capable of achieving them. And so you see, society tells you, like you're raised up by your parents, and so you learn their values and the limitations that they place on you. You're this kind of kid, you'll get this kind of job, and you'll live this kind of life.
Been there, done all that. Yeah.
So school does that to your church, your friends, your work.
Yeah, that's right. The system.
The whole society, the whole system is telling you you're this type of person. But that doesn't necessarily mean that fits you.
Yes. People, they don't like people like you and I, Kristine.
Follow your heart.
Yes.
Follow your heart. Don't listen to what others say. What lights your fire? What makes you tick? What makes you want to get up in the morning and do stuff? Because even Einstein said, if you want a happy life, tie it to a goal. Find that thing that you would love to do that is really a fire in you, because a lot of people never really fulfill their purpose or live that dream.
Sadly, many. I'm sure you and I both know, Kristine, back in Australia, guys, I know people who've never been out of their suburb, let alone been somewhere overseas or another part of Australia. They haven't been out of their suburb. You know, it's incredible.
You know what? There are things called limiting beliefs, and that comes from your upbringing.
Yes.
And experiences you've had in your life.
That's right.
But you don't have to listen to that. You don't have to listen to that. And you can go and get NLP coaching and things like that to help you overcome those limiting beliefs.
That's right.
Or if you've got negative thoughts, there are things you can do to learn how to overcome it. And then you can fulfill your life. Yeah, man, people are discovering, like, there are some people that dig deep and they achieve amazing things. But everybody's probably capable of doing that. Not everybody wants to.
That's right.
But if there's something you want to do, if you want to do it, you can do it. You just have to go, all right, I'm going to learn how I've got to do it. I'm going to put a plan together. I'm going to follow that plan. I'm going to keep my eyes on my goals, and I'm going to do it.
And look at this, guys. Kristine's 70, I'm 75, and I've still got big dreams, because I lost $20 million with COVID, and I'm not worried about the money anymore. But I'm at the moment, I'm traveling every 4 weeks. Why? Because that's my goal. I say to myself, Jeff, if you're going to work hard for a month, reward yourself. So every month I go away for 3 days and have a blowout to a resort somewhere, have a wonderful time, come back, and then go again. Yeah. So it's all fun.
I'm not working for the money. That's right. It's a passion. I truly want everybody to be well. My vision is wellness in totality, global wide.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason why I want to work and earn money is because I want to give to sustainability projects.
To the right people. Yeah, to the right ones.
Help, like people in Uganda. I'm actually working on a project right now with 2 other Australian businessmen. And we're helping an organisation there. And one of our guys has been to meet the fella, so we know it's legitimate. And we're helping all those communities
Mhm.
surrounding that area of 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐬𝐬 in
Mhm.
Uganda. And so that's going to help thousands of people who are poor. They don't have even latrines.
That's
They,
right. And
you know,
those people have got a tremendous amount, as you talk about goals, those people just need an opportunity. So
well, what
they're
what
going to
we're
give them this
doing,
opportunity, which is fabulous.
we're going to help set up a sustainability farm, a farm that will bring profits. It will provide jobs, fresh food, but the profits will set up a medical centre,
Fabulous.
accommodation for
Awesome.
widowed women and orphaned children. It
Mhm.
will also put in latrines and various other things that these
Yeah.
people need.
And people that
So
things we take for granted, Kristine, like,
that's right.
running water, all that.
And yeah, that's right. And so these people will become self-sustainable from this project. And so they're the sort of things
That's an awesome goal.
Once we do that one, we have
Mm.
a model that we can apply anywhere else in the world and
Yeah.
help other communities. And
Yeah.
that's our goal. We want other people to come out of poverty. There should be nobody in poverty.
Not bad.
And
Very
yeah.
lovely. I love that. Tell me, what advice would you give someone aspiring to follow in your footsteps in the health and wellness space, or wherever they might want to go? What would your advice be to these people?
If
A
they want to,
younger version of yourself, what would your advice be?
if you truly love wellness and you truly want to help people, then go and do a course at university. I did a university course. I read all sorts of books and magazines. My desire to learn was insatiable, and that was from the age of 14.
Yes.
I was learning about vitamins and minerals and healthy eating and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in it, you've got to learn about it. And then when you are old enough, or when you've found the right course, then you go and do that course. I did sports science and exercise science. I did an associate diploma. Then I went and did a degree. And I learned about anatomy, physiology, kinesiology,
Wow.
biomechanics, developmental psychology, all sorts of things, motor skill learning, socio-psychological perspectives, and all sorts of really cool stuff in that course. And it was just the right course for me.
Yeah, sounds like it. Tell
So,
me.
you find the right one and you do it.
What's your thoughts on genes? Not the genes you wear, our genes. You think the genes has got a bit to do with it? We're sort of healthy and living a good lifestyle. Do you think the genes plays an important part?
Well, certainly they play a part.
Yes.
But it's what you do most of the time that is going to affect your wellness on an ongoing basis.
Yes.
So the thing is, what you do today will affect what you'll be like in the future. So if you want to be well in the future, you have to do the right thing now.
You're making me laugh, Kristine, because I grew up on cream buns and cans of Coca-Cola.
Well, they're not nutritionally
no, obviously
good
not.
food.
But I got to 75, guys. So I don't know what. I think that's why I asked about the genes. I think it's the gene. I don't think it's my intake of food. I think it's the genes, guys. I've been lucky.
Well, the genes will certainly have a part to play.
Yes.
But even if your family has an incidence of a certain health condition, it doesn't mean to say that you're going to get it.
Yes.
No, it doesn't mean that. So if you look after yourself and do everything right, you may not.
Yeah. I call it common sense, guys. My medicines, apart from a broken leg, my medicines are lots of water, chicken soup, and sunshine, and of course walking, exercise. They're my medicines, guys, and they've worked very, very well for me. And I suggest they probably work for most people, especially the water part and the exercise. Just bit of movement, guys. A bit of movement does a wonderful thing for you.
Water, well, yes, it doesn't have to be exercise as long as it's movement.
Yes.
Your body needs movement as much as it needs food, air, and water. It needs movement. And movement actually contributes to your circulation, especially in your lower limbs. But it also helps when you move, it's actually helping the food move through your intestines.
Yes.
So
I've noticed that actually in my own case. Actually, I've noticed that. Yeah. If I sit around like a slug, I feel like a slug. But if I get moving and start walking, everything starts to work all of a sudden.
Yes.
It works. You can feel it almost feel it working.
Yes.
It's
And so it's
amazing.
very important. My golden rule is that if God made it, it's good, you know,
Not
fresh
bad.
spinach, fresh carrots,
I
fresh
like that.
whatever.
Yeah.
And if man tampers with it and it's packaged, processed, and
Yes.
all of that kind of stuff, then beware.
Yeah. Fair enough. Once
And
again, come back to common sense, guys.
yeah, and the more packaged, the more processed, watch out.
Yeah. All
So
right.
yeah.
Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? You've got a long way to go yet. You've obviously got Uganda on the radar. What else? What goals and aspirations have you got, Kristine?
Well, I want to see this sustainability farm project come to fruition, and then we want to replicate that in other areas around the world.
Lovely.
So that's one project. Oh, I've got some big ones. I can't tell you some of them. Not publicly. I might discuss that with other people individually. But yeah, no, there are some really big ones. But I'm going to work at those, and there are steps along the way. So I've got, you know, you've got to have small goals. You've got to have big goals. You can't just go, I'm going to do that.
They got to scare you guys. That's it. I know this one. They got to scare you a bit. Otherwise, you're not challenging yourself. You're not stretching yourself, guys. If it don't scare you, you're not stretching yourself. I'll give you guys a quick. Go ahead.
The thing is, you've got to have small goals, small steps to get to the big goal.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And rewards and challenges and reward yourself.
You've got to reward yourself.
Yeah, reward. That's what I do, guys. That's one of my big things. I always reward myself because that's otherwise I say to myself, I actually talk to myself, what are you working for? If you don't reward yourself, what are you working for? You know,
you've got to appreciate yourself. You can't just flog yourself to death. You've got to take some time out. You've got to enjoy a little bit of balance here and there, and
that's right.
You know, do the things that you love to do. You don't just work. Spend some time with people, because human beings are gregarious. We want to belong somewhere. We want to socialize.
You make me laugh, Kristine. I've got a friend of mine, and she's Kristine with a C, and she's an older lady, about our vintage. And what she says is this: I talked to her a little bit. She says, Jeff, and she's one of these ladies had no children. You know, the person with no children, they got the dogs and the cats and things. Well, she's got dogs, and she says, Jeff, the more I meet people, the more I love my dogs.
I did meet a guy once. I was going to an open mic, and there was a man at the bar and he had a dog at his feet. Yes. And I said, oh, can I pet your dog? Because I love dogs, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, yes, you know, this is my dog. And he said to me, I don't have relationships with people anymore. They let me down, and they nag at me, and they do all sorts of stuff like that and ruin my life. Whereas my dog, I just felt sorry for him.
Yeah, correct.
So he said, because it doesn't have to be like that. You got to pick the right people to have relationships.
Yeah, we got to get, you got to pick yourself up as well. When someone lets you down, you got to pick up and move on. Life
is, you know, there are ups and downs, and you just got to take those downs, but then you learn a lesson from that. And if you haven't met the right people, you got to go look for the right people, hang out with the right people.
I love it. You're full of wisdom. I could talk to you for hours, Kristine. You're full of wisdom, you know. And trouble is, guys, this wisdom comes a bit late sometimes.
I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, so don't worry. I've learned.
Absolutely. I mean, I've made them all. Believe me, guys, I've made them all. You know, and people used to ask me, Jeff, what's the secret of your success? You've been successful most of your life. And I said, guys, I do lots of stuff, and I try to be right more than I'm wrong. That was one of my secrets. And the other one was, it was a good one. Some of the best ideas come out of the mouths of idiots. So listen, give everybody an open book, and give everyone a go, right? Because you never know what you might learn. The things I'm learning on this show, guys, I've started this show. I've interviewed about 80 odd people now, like I say, of all walks of life, and every one of them has been bloody interesting. Right.
Everybody's got something. Look, everybody's got talents. Everybody's got something to offer, and we shouldn't dismiss anybody. We really need to not take, get on our high horse. We really need to come down and be at their level and listen to them. And everybody's different, and you can contribute to this world by raising children and being a mother and a father. You don't have to be a big businessman or
that's right.
You know, help people with their wellness. You can just look after those kids raise those kids, and those kids can make a difference. And then you've still got the ripple effect, and it flows on to other people. So whatever your role is, don't ever put yourself down. It's what you want to do and not what anyone else thinks you should do or shouldn't do.
Awesome advice. Guys, the one thing you can do every day is smile at somebody. A smile can just make cost you nothing. A smile can make someone's day. And the two words I learned in my younger days, and I still use them today, were please and thank you. And they go a long, long way, guys. So we'll wrap this up now, Kristine, but looking ahead, we've gone through that one. How can our listeners reach out and find out more about you? You're a very interesting woman. I'd like to know more about you. How can we find out more about you? What's the best way? What are the best channels to reach you?
They can contact me via my Linktree. So if you go to linktree.com and you search for Kristine Best Music and Wellness, that'll find me. Or you can go to my website, which is kristinebest.com.
Right, lovely.
And you can go /wellness if you specifically want to go to the wellness. But it's all music and wellness is on my website because that's me.
And guys, what I'll be doing, I'll be putting all of them, I'll be making Kristine even more famous than what she already is. We'll be putting her across, as we will for you too, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, our YouTube channel, where all of her social links will be there. And you're going to click a button and you'll be able to reach out to us so easily. And before we wrap up, Kristine, we want you've told us a lot about you already. There must be something left. What's a fun fact you can share about yourself that most people don't know?
A fun fact?
Yeah, what haven't you told us today? Must be something back there.
I'm just a big kid.
Well, me too. I haven't worked out what I want to be yet.
I don't think about age, and
it's attitude. It's all attitudes in the head, right?
I'm just a big kid. I can be as silly as anybody, have a whole lot of fun, and you know. You
relate to this, Kristine. This is a true story, guys. I've every now and again I go out and I'll see some kids in the street playing football or basketball or cricket, and I will join in. And
me too.
And within 5 minutes, I feel like I'm one of the boys.
I was brought up in a street full of boys when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know, when I was 8, 9, or even younger than that, up to the age of about 12. And I used to climb trees, swing out of them on rope swings, ride horses bareback, tackle the guys, they'd tackle me. And
all the good stuff. You know, when kids were kids, right?
We had a ball. We'd ride skateboards down the hill. We'd have a look out at the top and a look out at the bottom, and we'd go zooming down on our skateboards and billy carts.
I've still got the scars to prove it. Kristine, you've been an awesome guest. I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you very much. And guys, if you want to come on the show, just like Kristine, and every man and woman's got a story, guys. So come on and tell your story. The world wants to know, and you never know whose life you might change and what might happen. So come on, stars on Spotlight, and we're going to keep this going as you've asked us to, guys. We're going to keep this going for another 2 weeks, even though it's the end of the month. We're going to keep it going for another 2 weeks for those people who have been a bit slack and haven't put their forms in or done what they need to do to get to us. We're there to help you. So once again, thanks, Kristine. You've been an awesome guest.
Thank you very much, Jeff. You know, I love your show. You're doing great things.
Thank you very much.